Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Now, before I start this video, I'm going to address my little troll going on, and he's pointed out on a couple of occasions that I have no singing talent. Um, well, you're right, I don't. Lucky for me, I'm not running a channel showcasing my singing talent. I'm running a channel pointing out Mandela effects and things surrounding the Mandela effect, which Mr. Kavka believes is just faulty memory, but I have a quantum physics major of a cousin and myself, and I'm not a quantum physics person, but I understand quantum physics and I can't think for myself, who say differently. So there's that. So in spite of what you may want, we're going to keep on going. Now on to my video. Figured I'd have some fun with that, guys, but I'm keep hearing this. People seem to think now that they hear what they want, they see what they want, they make their own reality, what they want to happen. And I thought about that. I've been seeing it more and more on message boards and people mentioning it. And I already, you know, demonstrated how you could create better probabilities for yourself, and it was still all probabilities, but people seem to literally think that somehow you create your own reality. So I got two models here. I finally made my my quantum physics major cousin's model, and I think I'm right, and I'll reserve the right to be wrong and amend it if I need to. But I spoke to him again, and I think I've got a model of. I think I've got an idea of his model and represented it. But I thought about create your own reality model, and guys, evidence. I see so much evidence for not creating my own reality. It's unreal. If you create, like my fiance was saying, if you created your own reality, nobody would feel anger, nobody would feel pain, grieving, anything we didn't want, it wouldn't be there. Well, of course it is. If we didn't want someone to be dead, they wouldn't be dead. If we wanted to hear certain lyrics in a song, we'd hear them. I don't see any evidence for that. That stupid fake thing where they recorded two voices and got everybody all thinking that they didn't by lying. And maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. But I'm going to get into this, guys. I've created a model, and this is correct. And I can't think of a better way to represent it. Here you got. We got going on what you want to hear, what you want to see, and what you want to happen right here. That's what you want. And all three of these things would lead to one outcome point: what you want to see, what you want to hear, what you want to see, what you want to happen. Creating your own reality would lead to this. It looks a lot like the God's will model, except now you're doing it yourself. I don't know. Does anybody see any evidence for that? Is that really what everybody thinks, guys? Help me out. I know I don't get a whole lot of comments, a whole lot of thumbs, but is this really what people think? That's what I want to know. And if that's true, then the Mandela effect would be nothing more than people hearing what they wanted and seeing what they wanted at any given point. And that's all it would be. And some faulty memory, probably along the way, which there might be here and there anyway. But that was standing, guys. This is all I could come up with. If anybody has a better idea than this for the create your own reality and you hear what you want, Where's the outcome points? If everybody's getting whatever they want, that there's only one outcome point, and it's what you want. That's what people seem to think. So I don't know. Um, I'm asking you guys, is that what people really think? Do my viewers think that? I'm curious. And so now, and it's Jeff R or Jesse R mentioned about bumping into other realities and stuff in one of his comments, and I thought that that was interesting because my cousin's model involved that. Now this, I don't have enough paper to draw the whole thing, but he's saying there's 13 dimensions. They're all locked by a membrane, and these would go to 13. You'd have these things floating around and bumping into each other, and every time one bumped into the other, you'd have a wave of Mandela effects as energy transferred and information and matter and all sorts of stuff. And then you have this shape here. I mean, that's just a representation. In order to get here, you would have to get up and over. And once you got up and over, you'd be in this dimension. And then you could see all this. I think he said we're in the third dimension, or third dimensional, or fourth dimensional, seeing in the third dimension, or some dang thing like that. And then in order to get into the next dimension, you would have to once again get up and over, because again, they're locked by membranes in his theory, and up and over and up and over and so on and so forth until you got to the apparent 13th dimension. This is all math, but this is his model. And again, these things float around and bump around, and as they do, you get small variances in your realities. These are on our model, these are at the outcome points you see. On his model, these are your outcome points, and these outcome points float around and, like I said, bump into each other. So that's his theory, and I hope I explained it right. I'm going to have to double check with him this weekend, and I checked with him last time I spoke with him and double checked with him, and I'm pretty sure that's his model. So there you have it. These things floating around, you could get up and over and up and over. You could even get up and over to one of these in the same way that I described on our model, our infinite probability wave model. Just instead of your outcome points, then you'd be making a calculated leap from this to this, say, and it'd be close. That's basically your difference. And again, his model takes into account the assumption that you could go measure gravity anywhere in the universe. Our model does not account for that, because we feel until you go everywhere in the universe and measure gravity, you can't say that you definitely can. And unless you could go everywhere in the universe, if I said galaxy, I meant universe. Anyway, unless you could go anywhere in the universe and measure gravity, and unless you could go everywhere in the universe, and numbers would definitely work correctly. Now, his model assumes that. My model assumes that it probably would, but not definitely. And those are basically the differences in our models. His model assumes a membrane, which is again a mathematical construct, and he assumes that's a constant. And our model assumes that it most certainly is not a constant. It may be a consistent, but not a constant. It would not be everywhere definitely. It would be everywhere probably. That's the difference. But there you go, guys. There's two more models, and I'm going to let this video go at that, and let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about create your own reality, hear what you want, see what you want? If that were the case, people like us, what are we doing if everybody's hearing what they want? I mean, if you put out a Mandela effect and everybody heard what they wanted, I don't know. Doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with my fiance. Does it sit right with you guys? I mean, does it sit right with you guys? I want to know. So, anyway, that's it, guys, for this video. My quantum physics major's uh, cousin's model. And again, all these dimensions would go to, I believe he said 13. I've got only a few drawn, like 1, 2, 3, I got 4. That's all I had room for on my paper, but you get the point. It would go to 13. So, and uh, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. It's not really a thumbs video, but I mean, you can thumb me up if you're like me and you think that, you know, literally creating the reality you want and hearing what you want and seeing what you want seems like doesn't sit right as a solid theory, and you can thumb me down if you think it does. I guess that's kind of what I'm driving at. I'm wondering what people think on this. So, and the other model was the one I've been promising to show you. So now I've done both, and hopefully I'll have some more experiments for the models as we go. I'm still amending things and trying to figure things out. So that's it for now, guys. I've ran this long. Thanks for all your thumbs up, your thumbs down, your comments, and of course your subscriptions are always very nice. And thanks for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your night.